I want to be able to be there and to help fight with them.
We begin tonight with new information about Haven Park Capital. That's the new owners of some local mobile home parks. What we've uncovered is that they have a history of raising the rent, in some cases significantly. The company has even caught the attention of a presidential candidate.
They are the new owners of the Brookwood, Countryside Estates, and Riviera Heights communities. Tenants previously told us on our whistleblower hotline they're facing a rent increase in addition to changes that force them to get rid of their pets or move. Valley News Team's Melanie Palmer has details.
A blanket of fear is covering 3 mobile home parks in the area. People living there have gotten a new lease that they have to sign in just a couple weeks. But it comes with some major changes, like a hike in their rent, and they'll now be responsible for covering their utilities. And what's adding to their anxiety is the track record we uncovered of the new owners, Haven Park Capital.
It's not exactly what everybody would want to hear, but sometimes the truth is hard to bear.
Travis Laub is just one of the dozens of residents who have been reaching out to us. He sent us news reports out of Iowa talking about people living there who saw a major rent increase after Haven Park took over. And even presidential candidate Senator Elizabeth Warren got involved. She, along with a U.S. representative, sent the owners of Haven Park a letter accusing them of predatory business practices.
I don't know what everybody is going to do, but it's not going to be good in the end.
And just like many other people living in these communities, Laub is looking for answers. He tells us he's gone to state and local leaders, even law firms, but is coming up empty-handed.
Very hard to find any type of legal assistance that will be able to assist anyone in the park.
And we ran into the exact same problem. We called law firms around the Fargo, West Fargo area and beyond. Most of them telling us it's a conflict of interest or they don't want to get involved in the case.
It could put a lot of people in a hard place if they sign it, but if they don't, they may face other consequences.
Now, residents like Laub tell us they support the idea of cleaning up the park, and officials with Haven Park say that's what they intend to do with the rent increase. However, some residents we talked to say they aren't signing anything until they see some of those promised changes. In the Fargo, West Fargo area, Melanie Palmer, Valley News Live.
Haven Park is based out of Utah and owns a handful of properties across the country. We tried doing an interview with them, but they declined. They previously told us the rent increase and other changes are part of upgrades coming over the course of the next year, adding that the improvements will increase the home's resale value.
If you need help uncovering fraud or corruption in your community, here's some advice. Call our whistleblower hotline. We'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. Call the number on your screen, 701-237-6576, and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth.
Charges are pending, with the beginning of fall set for Monday. We're running into a late summer surge in the weather. Hutch is here with tonight's Snow 8 weather planner. Sure is nice out there, Hutch.
It is, and today we've nixed the wind. It's beautiful out there. We have temperatures in the low 80s and mid to upper 70s across the valley as we head into the evening. And cloud cover from this morning has rapidly departed the area. So quiet conditions will continue for your Thursday evening. Get out and enjoy, because we do have changes that for some will be here by morning. Temperatures in the 70s all the way through sunset in Fargo. We'll be in the upper 60s at sunset time in Grand Forks, and a chance of some severe thunderstorms to close out the work week on Friday heading into Saturday morning. We'll detail the morning and afternoon thunderstorm chances for your Friday coming up here in just a few moments, you guys.
Okay, thanks, Hutch.
Police in Moorhead are searching for 2 people who ditched their vehicle after a chase in the city. A Clay County Sheriff's deputy tried pulling over a driver around 2 this morning because the car had no license plates. But the driver kept going. That chase started along 30th Avenue South and ended on 16th Street South when the car hit a parked vehicle. Deputies believe 2 people were in the car, took off running. A perimeter was set up, but officers and a canine unit did not find the suspects.
We now know new details about the hours-long standoff near NDSU Monday night.
Court documents filed today show that 40-year-old Brandon Grant is now charged with 5 misdemeanors. Officers were called to a domestic disturbance at 1131 College Street North around 8 Monday night after a caller reported a male and female arguing. Officers then learned the woman had a protection order out on Grant and that he also had an open warrant out of Fargo. Officers also learned Grant is known to keep a gun in his vehicle. Documents say when officers went to check that vehicle, they saw a loaded magazine on the driver's side floorboard, but no lockbox or gun. A search warrant was later executed, and the woman's 2 young children were found safe. Officers say they found an AR-15, several handgun magazines, a small amount of meth and marijuana, as well as a pipe with residue. Sargent County officials confirmed that Grant was later arrested in Foreman, North Dakota, yesterday afternoon on an unrelated warrant. Online records state that Grant is currently booked in the Cass County Jail.
Charges are pending against a Moorhead minor in a homicide case out of Watertown, South Dakota. Police there say the boy was driving faster than 100 miles per hour when he crossed lanes and hit another car head-on. That car's driver, Don Meyer, died at the scene. The juvenile was hospitalized with serious injuries, and police say the crash is being investigated as an attempted suicide.
A Grand Forks man will spend 40 years in prison for sexually assaulting a 6-year-old girl. Jeffrey Krogstad was found guilty after the victim testified that the abuse took place over several months in 2018. The judge sentenced Krogstad, citing concerns that the 53-year-old sex offender would reoffend if given the opportunity.
You might recognize this picture. Grand Forks police put this image out on social media back in August, hoping to find out who the man in the picture is. They asked, and you came through. Thanks to tips from social media users, Grand Forks police were able to catch and arrest Rick Nogowski. Nogowski is accused of breaking into an apartment complex's laundry room, breaking the machine's locks, and stealing about $300 worth of coins. He's now being charged with burglary, criminal mischief, and theft.
In Fergus Falls, police are hoping you'll be able to identify this car or its driver. Officers say a white man with dark hair was driving the car Tuesday night around 9:20 in the Nelson Auto parking lot. If you have any information, contact them.
Bemidji police are reminding you to lock it or lose it. Officers say there's been a rise in people stealing from unlocked vehicles, and it doesn't always end there. They can steal the car if you leave your keys in it. And if you leave a garage opener in your vehicle, they can steal items from your garage. Your best bet is to remove all items of value from your vehicle before you lock it up for the night.
Work on a second fire station in Jamestown continues. We want to show you some pictures of that new station. Previously, the city only had one fire station to serve Jamestown and 23 other townships. That one was built in 1964 and was last updated 30 years ago. The fire chief now says the process for the new station, it began in 2015, and that it had been a long road to get to this point. He says the community outgrew its old station and is excited for the new one to be up and running.
For patients on dialysis, receiving regular treatments is a matter of life or death. That's why a Park Rapids family says things are about to get much harder as the local facility will close its doors next month. DaVita Dialysis in Park Rapids sent out a letter to patients saying it made the difficult decision to close on October 25th after exhausting all attempts to save costs. In a statement, the center faults a broken system in healthcare, saying in part, our center is financially unsustainable. The daughter of an 84-year-old patient tells us her father will have to travel at least 45 minutes to Detroit Lakes 3 times a week.
It's devastating, really, for the families. There's like 30 families here that use dialysis every week.
Stand by.
We reached out to Sanford and Essentia Hospitals about this and received the following statement from Essentia. Essentia Health is exploring options to have dialysis services in Park Rapids. We understand the importance of care close to home. For more on DaVita's statement, head to our website and click on this story.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, a family struggles over a loved one who is battling Eastern equine encephalitis.
Average temperatures this time of the year are in the upper 60s. Today, we soared well above that. 81 in Fargo, 77 in Grand Forks. A change in the weather pattern brings thunder as early as tomorrow morning for some. Your latest in the hour-by-hour forecast is next.